Happy Monday, members of the Altcoin Buzz Army. Now, I realize it may not be the happiest of Mondays, because did we ever take a precipitous fall earlier this morning on the 22nd of February? Bitcoin, as far as I'm aware right now, basically suffered its highest ever intraday drop, dropping about $10,000. And actually, I guess the bright side, and by the way, there are many bright sides that we're going to be covering in today's video. This is not a doom and gloom video. But one of the bright sides is that you see a lot of the buy pressure as soon as we did dip below $50,000, kind of entering into that $47,000 range. The bright side is that the buys were able to scoop back the price up very, very rapidly, in fact. We're going to be discussing a little bit about this. My takeaway message is, don't get too concerned. If you're new to this space, although this was a doozy, this was a correction. If you think about it, we're basically back to the price levels that we were on Thursday, maybe Wednesday, Friday of last week. So, just keep that perspective. Understand that we are in a rapidly appreciating market. Corrections like these do happen from time to time. This was somewhere in the neighborhood of 17 or 18%. So while that's a sizable correction, it's not unheard of. And in fact, it was probably a little bit overdue. We're going to be discussing mostly altcoins today because effectively this was the message that we put out earlier. When in doubt, zoom out. As painful as this correction was, take a look at the bigger picture. If you need a confidence boost, realize that we are on an upward trajectory. If anything, depending on when you're watching this video, we may or may not be recovered. But if anything, this was an opportunity to buy the dip because these opportunities are going to be fewer and fewer as we continue. And the fact that we did touch on 48,000 Bitcoin today was ultimately just a shopping opportunity if you were able to take advantage of it. And I do hope to God that you have strong hands, that you didn't sell off your crypto, that you didn't buy high and sell low. Because keep in mind, as I also posted earlier, every time you panic sell and sell your crypto at a loss, you have whales and billionaires and institutions that are scooping up, whether it's your Bitcoin or your altcoins. They are buying from you very gladly. Now, we had a very astute comment earlier saying that, well, it's still important to take profits at the local highs. And you have to take profits, and that's what's going to give you liquidity and will give you a chance to buy the dips if and when they do come. Yes, absolutely. We are absolutely pro profit taking. In fact, we've been talking about that lately in recent videos. I'm not advocating against profit taking. I am all for judicious and responsible profit taking. What I'm kind of ranting against right now is for somebody to come in and maybe, in the euphoria buying Bitcoin at like $53,000, $54,000, $55,000, seeing a dip precipitously, panicking, and then selling at 48 or 49. That's what we want to avoid. So, with all of that said, I think you guys, as we discovered actually in our recent poll, have been around the space long enough. You've seen this before. I was amazed, by the way, over half the respondents in this poll have been around cryptocurrency since 2017 or earlier. So, very much you guys are kind of grizzled veterans in this space and likely you know how to handle these situations. However, there's still some of you that have joined in, 2021, 2020, that joined in 2019. For those of you that are new to this space, don't be too shocked. This is somewhat normal. It happens from time to time. The important thing is to keep that big picture in mind. Guys, in today's video, we're going to move ahead and discuss all kinds of altcoins, including the positive news that we've been seeing with Crypto.com. They just issued the largest token burn in history. We're going to be covering Orion Protocol. We're going to be covering Elrond Paid Network. We're going to be covering Chiliz as well. And at the end of this video, we'll have a spot that's going to be allocated to a paid promotion, a sponsored piece by Unicrypt, which is a project that we feel may deserve some of your attention. We only accept sponsorship deals by those projects that we believe in, that we have vetted, that we've done due diligence on, and Unicrypt is something that we feel is special. So watch for that at the end of the video. Let's launch right into, I would say, the most optimistic news given the violent retracement that we've had, but in stark juxtaposition to the crashing price of Bitcoin and other altcoins, you have Crypto.com with the CRO token. Check this out. This really is historic. The largest token burn in history begins today, the 22nd of February. 70 billion CRO are being burned. 70 billion. Prepare for a fully decentralized mainnet. We're going to take a look at the details in just a second. But for context, and first of all, CRO token is up to a new all-time high, flying in the face of all of the market pessimism. CRO now up to over 22 cents, hitting as high as about 27 cents or so earlier this morning, but now up 55.9% on the day. When you're talking about a $70 billion token burn, let's put that into perspective here. As you can see, the circulating supply is currently a little over 24 billion with a total unreleased supply of 100 billion. You're eliminating, with the 70 billion token burn, you're eliminating 70% of that total supply. And therefore now, as a result, the circulating supply is not going to be 24.1 billion out of 100 billion. It's going to be 24.1 billion out of 30 billion. You hear about token burns and you hear about we're going to eliminate this many tokens and it's going to have this kind of an impact, but it's never been to the tune of 70% of the total supply. So this really is a historic first, and we're proud that it comes by way of our partners from Crypto.com. Absolutely legendary. 70 billion CRO to be burned. The largest token burn in history, an important step to further decentralize the network at mainnet launch. We've long believed that the world needs a fully decentralized, open source public chain with high speed and low fees. Use cases driving mass crypto adoption through payments, DeFi, and NFTs all need this critically important infrastructure. Here are some of the metrics here. 70 billion CRO will be burned according to the following schedule. 59.6 billion are going to be burned today, the 22nd of February. 10.4 billion is currently locked in a smart contract and will be burned monthly as it gets unlocked. And this will increase the circulating supply of CRO from current 24% to over 80%. Chris Marcellik discussing this here. We've just burned over US $10 billion worth of CRO ahead of the mainnet launch, the largest token burn in history of the cryptocurrency markets. Why? Again, they are aiming for decentralization to celebrate, or perhaps not celebrate, but to mark the true launch of their mainnet. They are putting their money where their mouth is. So kudos to Chris and the team and to all the holders out there, because if you were able to buy up Crypto.com CRO token on the cheap, like I'm talking 4, 5, 6 cents, that's where it recently dipped. You're waking up this morning overnight to a doubling, to a tripling in terms of the value that you've been sitting on. So kudos to all of you that have helped build up that ecosystem. You guys can read about this further on altcoinbuzz.io. Crypto.com CRO mainnet is going live. The blockchain ideal for payments, DeFi, and NFTs is finally going live in March. And impressively, the target mainnet CRO staking rewards are set at a figure which is almost double the paid average annual return of POS, that's proof of stake blockchains, in 2020. It looks like they're going to be celebrating that mainnet in style. Kudos on this historic burn. As always, guys, you can check out the offer that we have in the comments below, as well as the description. If you want to get your hands on an MCO/CRO Visa card, it's one of the best in the game. You can do so using our exclusive code AB. It is simply AB. You'll get $25 loaded on for free. Orion Protocol here in the news. Thinking ahead, Orion Protocol will be the first project to enable high-margin decentralized trading. Users can earn passive income by lending their assets. Nord Finance's Nord Savings will also integrate, acting as a liquidity provider. More of that is available here. We're on blog.orionprotocol.io. Nord Finance joins Orion Protocol Network. Now we're talking about Elrond, which is in the news. Benjamin Minsu here, the CEO of Elrond. Professional infrastructure automation tools to become available for EGLD validators via the Syntropy stack by SyntropyNet. Hashtag hypergrowth100 day 49. More info is available here on elrond.com. Road to decentralization. Infrastructure automation tools for Elrond validators via the Syntropy stack. We're now going to be discussing paid network with a little bit of a cautionary note right after we cover this main story here, but something that you should be aware of that is upcoming on the 25th of February. Let's first launch into this update here. So Paid is proud to announce its partnership with LittenTree, a decentralized identity aggregation protocol. Paid will utilize LittenTree's identification feature to authenticate user identity and integrate aggregated on-chain data when they sign up on our DApp, on our decentralized application. More info on that is here, paidnetwork.medium.com. Paid partners with LittenTree to enhance users' authentication and security. Now, here's the thing I wanted to remark when it comes to Paid Network. The Paid Unlock, the next one that is upcoming, is happening in a few days. In fact, in 3 days, specifically on the 25th of February. So we just want to let the community know that 13 million tokens are going to be unlocked between February and April. We've been talking up Paid Network quite a bit recently. Their price has been performing well. But, you have to do your own calculus. You have to make your own decisions. And this is a variable that you should be aware of. Again, 13 million tokens are going to be unlocked between February and April. Thus, we do expect a little bit of a price correction and a dip. It may also be, not financial advice, but it may also be a good time to pick up some of the tokens as they likely will fall back in price. So we're just kind of sharing this to prepare you guys since, again, admittedly, we have been talking a lot about Paid on the channel lately. We're very enthusiastic about them, but this does affect the tokenomics. So something to take into consideration, kind of the opposite, arguably, of what's been happening with CRO, right? Paid Network is going to be releasing more tokens into the network, 13 million to be exact. So do with that information what you will, but just wanted to advise you all. Orion Protocol here in the news. The DAO Maker joins as Orion Launchpad liquidity partner. This will allow DAO Maker to enable fundraising, token distribution, and listing all on the DAO Maker platform via a white label swap DEX decentralized exchange with the liquidity of the entire market. More about that is available here on blog.orionprotocol.io. DAO Maker is second Launchpad liquidity partner. Chiliz here is in the news with this individual requesting cooperation with a Polish club, maybe Legia Warsaw. Chiliz, be careful what you wish for. Welcome Legia Warsaw. They're becoming the first Polish club to launch and to integrate with Crypto.com with a fan token as well on Socios.com. I'm actually half Polish. I live in Canada, but I'm half Polish in terms of my lineage. I am not a big soccer fan, football fan, whatever you want to call it, so I don't know whether or not Legia Warsaw is a good team or a bad team. I have a hunch they're based out of Warsaw based on the name, but that's about it. So you guys can, either celebrate this or what have you, crap on it in the comments below. I have no idea what kind of a standing these guys have in terms of the football clubs out there in Poland, in Europe. You let me know about that in the comments below. But the important thing here is that it's the expansion of this ecosystem that Chiliz is creating. So once again, Legia Warsaw is going to become the first Polish club to launch a fan token on Socios.com. Very impressive. Kudos all around. Okay, we're now going to be discussing in this sponsored portion of the video a new partner, Unicrypt. And we're here on their landing page. Right off the bat, what you can do when you're on unicrypt.network is choose from one of two exchanges, either Uniswap or Honeyswap. We're going to go ahead with Uniswap for the purposes of this short presentation here. But if you're looking for more information about the project itself, you're going to want to divert yourself over here to the documents page. And this is where you're going to get more information at a top level on what Unicrypt Network is all about. Their vision in a nutshell is automation is scalability, protocols are trust. That is what they stand for. So Unicrypt is a multi-chain decentralized service provider for other tokens and investors. 3 dApps right now are up and running, again, on 2 blockchains. The goal of Unicrypt is to provide the best tools for the upcoming and existing DeFi projects. That is their main motivation. And we're going to be linking to all of this in the description below. You should follow up if you're interested. Just consider this to be kind of a top-level introduction to Unicrypt. But there are 2 tokens here that are worth discussing. UNCX token, that is the deflationary governance token of the Unicrypt platform. We also have UNCL, and that is the liquidity provider reward token of the Unicrypt platform. Okay, so Unicrypt is a liquidity locker primarily using Uniswap, currently with over $145 million locked and over 2,700 pairs. They are offering farms as a service. The idea is to allow any tokens to create a DEX, such as Uniswap or HoneySwap farm, to reward LPs. The point here is to stimulate the liquidity on the pairs. So again, to create a farm with any ERC20 or XDAI chain rewards. Unicrypt also offers a fully decentralized launchpad. It's literally the Uniswap of pre-sales, with whitelisted auditors allowing to post their audit results and comments for the pre-sales taking place. And really the emphasis here is on protecting investors, which, as we know in this space, can be a game changer, since that is not necessarily everybody's primary concern. But Unicrypt is, again, prioritizing the protection of its investors. And therefore, everything is audited by chain salting. Audit reports are available on this page that we're on right here, docs.unicrypt.network. In fact, scrolling down into this section, auditors and KYC, know your customers, you can select whitelisted auditors to get more information specifically on this topic. A couple of recent tweets worth mentioning. This one from the 18th of February. Unicrypt network team is proud to announce the successful launch of number 1, liquidity lockers, number 2, a decentralized launchpad, and number 3, UI or user interface update. Both are now available on top of Uniswap and HoneySwap. Welcome to the existing and new projects. Stay tuned for more. We also have this update here from a little bit earlier in the month. Hi, everyone. UNC swap major update. UNC to UNCX swap date will end on the 15th of April. Please read the below article to swap. It's very important. By the way, we'll link to this in the description below. Remaining UNCX in the swap contract will all be burned, reducing UNCX supply massively. This idea of burning tokens is obviously a trend in today's video, but ultimately this is very beneficial to the ecosystem. That's available for you to read on unicrypt.medium.com. And relating to that auditing point that I made a little bit earlier, this from actually just a few days ago, get in touch and launch your project. Initial liquidity offering audits are displayed on our platform. #DeFi, #Unicrypt. Some of the names that you can find there for further information, again, include Chain Salting, Hacken Club, CTD, SEC, Solidity Finance, Quill Audits, War on Rugs, Detectives Rug, and Solid Group 1. Further details are available on docs.unicrypt.network/auditors. Some important variables to consider when examining Unicrypt, they are multi-chain. As I mentioned, their TVL is also rising steadily at about $145 million currently, with a market cap, if we take a look here on CoinGecko.com, that was actually just recently about $7 million, now climbing despite the precipitous fall today. This is certainly the fault of Bitcoin and the rest of the market. It has nothing to do with Unicrypt, but UNCX here down 35% on the day. Never financial advice, but this one has been climbing pretty rapidly. And this may be a good buying opportunity. Taking a look at the last 30 or so days, you can get a sense of what the trend has been. Let's jump back here to the website for just a second. And as you know, I selected Uniswap here as the exchange. So Unicrypt right now is live on XDAI and Ethereum blockchain, and they're going to be tweeting about future exchanges most likely early next week. So feel free to browse a little bit of their Twitter, which, by the way, we're going to link to in the description below. But once again, the handle at UNCX_token. What is next for Unicrypt? Well, XDAI was released on February 17th, and now they're heading full steam ahead to PancakeSwap and Sushi to make sure their services can be leveraged on many more blockchains and decentralized exchanges. For instance, they've caught word of the first rug pulls and liquidity pools happening on BSC, Binance Smart Chain, so they're coming full steam ahead. Reward DApp is also something that's on the table. It's a simple concept. You can stake UNCL, again, that is their liquidity token, in order to get Ethereum in rewards generated from the fees of the DApp. All fees are generated in Ethereum. Unicrypt runs under a completely sustainable business, and all the fees are transparent and available, again, on this page, the document page. They're not dumping tokens. They're just buying them either to lock or to burn. And again, on the point of that burning news, this is very bullish because they're leaving UNC toward UNCX. That's happening. You have up until the 15th of April, but they're looking to completely leave that token and burn what is left. More information, guys, is available. This is the main website, unicrypt.network. You can also check out their documents page. Again, that is docs.unicrypt.network. Never financial advice, but here's one that's been a rapid riser that has a developing and rapidly growing ecosystem. So one perhaps to keep on your radar. Never financial advice. Of course, do with this information what you will. However, if you do choose to invest, we wish you well. All right, that is it for today, everybody. A little bit of a Black Monday indeed. But as always, there are silver linings to be celebrated here. So to be sure that you're up to speed with all of the developing news, be sure you're following us on all the regular social media channels. Keep checking back into altcoinbuzz.io for all the latest. Like, subscribe, share, and hit the bell to receive notifications if you enjoyed today's video. Best of luck if you choose to invest on this Monday. Not financial advice, but hopefully you were able to scoop up and buy the dip at least a little bit. Best of luck if you did choose to invest. Once again, stay safe, everybody. And as always, we do hope to see you again soon in our next video. Take care.